Hey, hoes. Welcome back for another episode of Hoeology Podcast. This is your host, Destiny. I'm super excited to jump straight into this episode, so we're going to go ahead and dive right in. Because it's been a while, I wanted to take y'all on a little throwback to when I used to do my tweet of the weeks. And our tweet of the week today says, I finished my book and now I miss my book boyfriend and feel alone. I don't want a real man. And I feel that. But to really get the message across of what today's episode is about, let me play y'all a little clip.
The reason you reading all that smut is because you ain't getting your back cracked in real life. Who the fuck said that?
Now, if you haven't seen the "who said that" trend on social media, you're probably like, what? Basically, it's when you call somebody out and you act like you're like, who said that? Because it's like, it couldn't have been me, But yeah, that's what the episode is going to be about today. Our book boyfriends and the smuttiest smut that we read. And I say we because I know I'm not alone, ho. Now, a while back, I did an episode with April, who is actually pretty TikTok famous now. And the episode was about her writing like erotic poetry and erotic fantasies and reading like erotic books. So it was a really good guest interview. If you're interested, you can find the episode, of course, in my episodes. But today's going to be about me and my book boyfriends. Because, baby, I have a lot. Now, let's get into it. I have become feral, like fully, completely unhinged, okay? The way that erotic fiction books have brought back my love for reading, and honestly, they've become like a form of escape for me, like probably my favorite form. I mean, low-key like an escape from reality. But anyway, when I'm reading, it's like I feel like I can visualize the scenes in front of me. Like I can literally read for hours on end and then I'm like lost in the pages. Like I'm reading like, slick folds and throbbing shaft. And like I can see it. Like I can see it. And then it's like the books are like a fantasy for me come true, even though I'm just reading it. Because like if there's something I'm curious about, or if something I want to fantasize about, like I can find it in a book, I can read it, and then I can see it in my head and basically live through the words. You feel me? And I think like the craziest part is like the words on the page, like as I'm reading them, bring me like very real life reactions. Like I will be blushing, I will be getting goosebumps. Goosebumps is a big one for me. And then of course I'll be turned on. Like, if you're wondering, have I masturbated after reading a hot, smutty scene? Who hasn't? Raise your hand. You're a liar. Like, if the government was to ever take away spicy books, like, like the book banning and shit, I'm going to create, like, the first smut speakeasy because they're not going anywhere. You cannot have them. And I just want to say real quick because I already know how y'all like to get. I think the most important thing is that just because I'm interested in a book, it doesn't mean that I'm always interested in doing it in real life. For example, I love reading about stalkers. Like it's probably one of my top 5 tropes. So like obviously it reads like hot, like oh my gosh, like he's just watching in the distance and like she doesn't know who he is. She just sees like this hot physique in the distance. Like it's hot. But in reality, baby, you going on a t-shirt. Like if I catch a nigga outside my house standing behind a fucking tree, I'm shooting you and asking questions later. Yeah. But on the other hand, like the horror maskman, like horror is my favorite genre, like of movies. Like I actually recently went on a road trip. It was 16 hours. And I listened to this podcast called Hello Sydney. It's this little white girl. She is, first of all, funny as hell. Like, I really fuck with her. But she basically retells, like, horror movies as if, I don't know how to describe it. Like, she tells the horror movie, like, line by line, scene by scene. And because I'm a person that, like, I can hear or read words and then picture it visually, it's like I'm watching a movie. And obviously, I can't be watching a movie and driving at the same motherfucking time. So it was amazing for me on this 32-hour damn road trip. So I said that to say that horror and, like, masked men is my number one number one, hands down, like favorite thing to read. Like if there's a mask involved, it's on my bookshelf or in my Kindle. I'm not even kidding. Now in books, of course. In real life, I don't know. Some of the like people, the cosplayers that are on TikTok that literally that's all they do is post in like a scream mask and like they're oiled up and have their muscles showing. Sometimes I think it's like super fucking corny, and then sometimes I'm like, damn, he is super fucking hot. But I'm towing the line on like if I actually like that in real life or not. But like the point is that whatever fantasy you have, or like if you've always wanted to try something like a threesome, for example, or like my other favorite trope is like MMF. Like I like when my boyfriends have boyfriends and sometimes they kiss. Like that's real. Like if there is a MM scene, I want to read that first, honestly. Like I'm down bad. But anyway, you can find it in a book. Like I mean, everything from monsters to vampires. Like, I'm watching True Blood right now, which has a lot of fucking sex. And I was like, am I into this? Like, because I haven't read any fantasy, like, erotic books. I've mostly read, like, real people, type stuff. But I'm like, I kind of want to find, like, a vampire dark romance. Like, I don't know. But you're probably wondering, like, what did your husband think about this? Well, actually, fuckers, we've already read some spicy books together, like kind of as like a form of foreplay. And he understands that it makes me happy, and that's enough. He has his own books. He reads fantasy, but not like erotic fantasy. But I'm sure there's sex in those books. But anyway, that's enough. So there are times when I've tried to explain the plot of a book, like Credence, which is a delightful story about a girl who goes to live with her step uncle and sons, and well, things get hot on the mountains. Or Haunting Adeline, where her stalker fucks her with the handle of a gun. And yeah, in those stories, he definitely gives me like an understandable side eye, because he's like, why are you like so turned on by this? And why are you blushing and kicking your feet reading this? I don't know. And I can't explain it, and I don't want to. Oh my God. But anyway. Okay. Quick break, because your girl's TBR pile is getting out of hand, and it's only fair that I share the wealth. So if you're looking to get into spicy reads or want to know what unhinged fantasy I'm currently obsessed with, my Amazon wish list is in my bio, y'all. Everything from masked murder to billionaire dom with no ethical, emotional range, but lots of stamina. And if you're trying to set the vibes, I also have discount codes from some of my favorite brands that I work with, from toys to lube to cute little accessories for your own personal fantasy hour. Check the show notes for all the details and treat yourself. Okay, back to business. Okay, let's talk about tropes. So tropes are basically like the genre of the book that you're going to be reading. So these are my absolute weaknesses. Dark romance, which is like the giant umbrella, because obviously, like, yeah. And bonus points if there's no HEA, which is happily ever after. I can't stand happily ever afters. Like, I just feel like I literally like have an existential immortal level eye roll of like happily ever after. It's like, I hate when they end up together. I hate when everything is all, it works out perfectly. Like, this is why I love horror movies, because everybody be dying and that should be making me happy. It's probably like something wrong in my brain, but it's too late to fix it now. I'm 30 years old. It is what it is. But yeah, bonus points if there's no happily ever after. Now, like I said, I obviously really like the MMF, which is male, male, female. I also like the MFM, which is male, female, male, where the two men do not interact. And most of all, I love a wide shoes or reverse harem. Next is like boss and employee. Like, I really like in books the power dynamics, like between like I'm in charge and, you're blah, blah, blah. Like, I like that. Stalker, obviously. Masked men, probably number one for me. Death, murder, and mystery. I'm currently reading one called Once You're Mine, and it's basically about a detective, like a forensic detective, and she's trying to catch this killer. Little does she know, the killer is watching her trying to catch him, and she kind of fucking sucks at her job, so he literally like starts leaving her hints to like help her catch him. But then they end up falling in love, and like she likes that shit, and like, yeah, I hope there's no happily ever after. Like, I hope he actually unalives her, kills her, whatever, because that would be even hotter. But anyway, enemies to lovers is next. This one honestly can be a hit or miss for me just because, like, I read this one and it was so good. It was from, I'm trying to read more black authors, but like I really don't discriminate when it comes to smut because I can imagine myself or whoever I want basically in the books. But anyway, Enemies to Lovers is like, I read this one called In the Gray and that shit was good. Like they low-key fucking hated each other. Like he was trying to protect her and then she was acting so fucking annoying, which that's why it can be a miss for me with Enemies to Lovers, is because like, why are you being so fucking difficult, bitch? Why are you complaining the whole fucking book and you got somebody literally trying to be there for you and you giving him hell? For no other fact than you just want to be difficult. Like there's no like he's impeding your life or making your life more difficult. Actually, his own existence only lives to make your life easy. And you still want to be a fucking annoying. And that's when I be like, I'm not finishing this book. Because it literally be her that like that the whole time. Like the female characters in those books annoy my soul, y'all. Like next is billionaires with emotional damage. Like money is obviously my biggest turn on. Like, what do you mean you're a billionaire and you want me? Get over here. Get over here. The no feelings hookup, because that's honestly, that was my entire 20s. Like, I don't want to be your girlfriend. I literally just need that dick. Please and thank you. And the asshole hero is my last one. So, asshole hero is like, bitch, I guess I'll save you. And then she's like, oh my God, you saved me. Like, I like those. Bonus points if he has tattoos and a criminal record. Now, it's wild because Book Talk really has helped me make it so much more normal to talk about my kinks and my fantasies, whether you want to try it in real life or not. Like, you'll be casually scrolling and it's literally just...
Excuse me, do you have a book where he, like, sits her on a knife and makes her fuck the knife? And then he stalks her too?
Oh. You're talking about this one?
Yes, thank you.
Would you happen to know where the book is where she fucks her ex's dad?
Girl, are you talking about Birthday Girl?
Thank you.
Do you happen to have that book where he like turns into a snake and
You're talking about this one?
Girl, can you point me to the spicy book with the pool stick?
Yeah, are you talking about God of Pain?
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Hi, excuse me, do you guys have that book where she, like, fucks two different hockey players? And they're just, like, a happy family?
Girl, are you talking about Puck and Sweet with your nasty ass?
Yes.
And the crazy part too is it's not just books. Like, have y'all noticed how kink is really creeping into mainstream music, movies, even TV? Now, obviously it's always been around. Like, for example, I just told y'all I'm watching True Blood. True Blood came out in like 2008. So like it's been there, but kink specifically and the dynamics of kink is definitely evolving. And let's talk about some examples. Okay, y'all know SZA. So in her Kill Bill video, go to the 3-minute 44-second mark. She's in actual rope bondage, which is the Japanese version is called shibari. Most people just call it like rope tying, whatever. So go on YouTube and look at that. She is literally in a suspended rope tie. And then, like, in a more recent example, Sabrina Carpenter, her album cover has caused quite the discourse online for her album Man's Best Friend. On the album cover, she is like literally on a leash and the man is shirtless and she is on all fours like a little doggy. And that again could be a kink like representation of power dynamics. So I have been on a leash before just to try it out. Like, you ain't never been on a leash before. Then, of course, we have TV shows and movies. So I remember Sex Life was a big one that's on Netflix. 365 Days. I don't know if I'm about to say his name correctly, but Michelle Moran, or oh my God, that is a fine ass man. Whew. He gave perfect mob like vibes. Like, I swear that is a mob erotic brought to life, because what do you mean you kidnap me and I have a year to fall in love with you? Like, and you're basically an Italian fucking billionaire. Like, what do you, and you're giving me everything I want and you look like that, because that is a fine man. Please go look him up. Look up 365 Days cast Michelle Moran. Moving right along. And of course, we cannot forget about audio erotica. So you have apps like Quinn and Dipsy. I wonder if there's a black version. It's like sexy audiobooks, but shorter and obviously dirtier. Some of them even use celebrities to do like the voiceovers. So it's like, imagine Chris Evans. Like, he is obviously not one of the people on there, but there are some pretty like recognizable names. Like if you watch Emily in Paris, the guy that plays the black boyfriend, I cannot think of his name for the life of me right now. He is one of the audio erotic narrators. So just imagine his British, deep, fine voice in your ear, like I'm talking in your ear right now. But he's talking you through it. I'm just talking about him talking you through it. Like, oh, the line is thin, okay? Like, anyway, apps like those are giving people a chance to explore, I feel like, without having to act it out. Like books, it's safe, consensual, and well, if that's what you're into, because they do have CNC. Imagination only kink, basically. Like, you have to be imagining it. With the audiobooks, it's a little bit better because now you have like a voice to put to it as well. And you can listen to audiobooks anywhere. You can listen while you're driving, while you're cleaning your house. With books, you usually got to be sedentary, sitting down somewhere. Which the audio side, like, baby, that's some power. Now, when I say that kink is showing up in mainstream, I mean real kink. Like, we're not talking about 50 Shades of Grey, your mother's introduction to BDSM, bless her sweet heart. I'm talking like role play, praise, degradation, contracts, collars, aftercare, like all the real dynamics. Not just Christian Grey being emotionally unavailable with a red room and $1 billion, which I'm still going, but it's the point. But just a fun little FYI, did you know that Dakota Johnson, who plays Anastasia Steele in 50 Shades of Grey, now co-owns a sex toy brand called Maud? Yes. She's low-key freak nasty. In any interviews I watch with her, it somehow always ends up being about like intimacy, romance, sex, whatever. And I think she's working on another project right now that is related to like intimacy. So shout out to her. Like, she escaped the franchise and said, let me show you how it's really done. And basically turned her bondage into a business plan. Like, we love the growth. So here's the main thing though. Fantasies don't have to make sense. Like, that's the whole point, is they're a fantasy. So there's no shame in being turned on by things you'd never actually want to happen. Like, I'm obviously not trying to live in a murder mansion with 4 tattooed assassins and no running water. But if it's a book, I'm down. Count me in. Like, I think it's funny too with some of the books I read. Like, when I go watch other people's reviews on the books, like, they're always like, no one is ever mentioned in the book about like taking a shower, or like she has like a fucking yeast infection from being filled with so much cum. Like, it takes the fantasy away from the book. It's kind of like watching a horror movie and you're like, how did you trip again? It's like, it's part of the movie. Like, just let it happen. But I think it's important to name the fact that, like I said, there's no shame in being turned on by things that you never actually want to happen. You're not broken or weird or too much just because something fictional excites you. Like, fantasy really is supposed to be your playground. Like, it does not have to be a blueprint. So yeah, erotic fiction, 10 out of 10 to recommend. It has brought me back to my love of books. When I was a kid, I used to read books all day long, all the time, before I could even talk. If you ever meet my mom, which some of y'all have that are listening, some of y'all have not, obviously, because we've never met, which I hope to change that. But yeah, if you ever met her, she will tell you she used to read to me in the car all the time. That's how I learned how to start talking at like 8 months, because she would read to me constantly. Like, anyway, so reading erotic fantasy has brought that back to me, and it has really awakened like my love of reading. And more importantly, the most important is it's helped me understand myself more. And it's fun. Like, it is a way to escape without having to have alcohol, without having to be out and about, without having to exert too much energy. I can, sit on the couch, but make sure my Kindle is fully charged, which shout out to my best friend Devonna for buying me my first Kindle. She is blowing up on TikTok, so you better become her friend while you have her. It is booked and busy babe _ So follow her on Instagram. Now, if y'all have enjoyed listening to this episode as much as I have enjoyed recording it, please send me a DM. Like, leave me a review on whatever platform you are currently listening on, whether it's YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, Amazon Music, wherever you're listening. Please, please, please leave me a review. Send me a DM. Like, let's talk. I love hearing y'all's stories. I'm thinking about adding a segment where people, either I read something off of Reddit, because I am addicted to Reddit and like literally I love reading people's insane stories on there, but I also want to hear some of the insane stories y'all got so that I can give my little 2 cents on there on those stories. But until next time, keep exploring safely, shamelessly, and of course with a bookmark nearby. So happy hoeing!